Oh, yes. We're an hour late, but hey, better late than never.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what I gotta say? Those steaks were good. Oh my god, those steaks
Were they?
Oh yeah, they were delicious, man. They were delicious. How
Nice.
you doing, Sarah? And how is everybody going on in the chateau? Oh, we got. Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Chase.
Oh, you got. Oh, Chase says, "What's up, my man?" Yes.
And the jig is up.
The jig is up. Wash hands. Wash hands. Wash hands. Wash hands. Wash hands. I just see wash hands. I think it's probably an emoji that's bugged out or something.
Right. Is that a Dr. Disrespect emblem?
I don't know.
What the jig is up?
What the jig is up? I have no idea. Hey, Mari. Hey, guys. Happy Friday. TGI fucking F. Hello, all firm hashtags, all the food in the house. Yo, it's our regulars that start popping the chatos. Oh my god, you know what it is today?
What it is today?
It's minus 24 hours time officially on vacation for a week.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You lucky bastard.
Oh, dude, I'm trying. All of a sudden I got like a huge freaking like loss of energy after I ate. And I think it's because I realized I want to be on vacation and my body's just like not breaking down, but you know, winding down type thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god. But I have a busy week. I have stuff to do. My wife and I are going out for our 20th year wedding anniversary, and it's also her birthday the following Saturday, and it's Mother's Day on Sunday. And oh my god,
yeah,
like
busy
one. Did I plan it well, or did I plan it well? I can never forget it.
You know, every plan is perfect till you get punched. I've always said that.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, hopefully the execution goes smooth. Meanwhile, I'm going into Hell Week, so
this is the week that all the students leave.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks actually are gonna be shit.
Jason says, "Gonna need a vacation from the vacation."
You ever felt like that? I felt like that.
Yes. Back in the day when I had to do renovations and stuff. Yeah. Like there was a period where every vacation I was either moving and renovating, like every 2 years.
Right.
Every 2 years, that's what it was, and it was completely messed up. Jay says, "Not from post vacation." Yeah, I hear you. And Mr. Jason Lee Tucker from the Tucker Statement, it says, "Take her to see Doctor Strange." I don't know, Jason, have you seen it? I saw it. I went, I saw, and I left.
No, not impressed.
It was entertaining. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. Has it cracked my top 10? I had my picks and gripes about it, but it was entertaining, and Sam Raimi did a good job directing it. But yeah, I actually got a link to see it by ways of the sea again, but I will be seeing it with a buddy of mine. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. No, and you know what? My wife is not a theater person anymore.
No,
and
I'm not either, bro.
I'm telling you, the first half an hour, I wanted to kill some teenagers, or really kill them. Yeah, I wanted to grab them by the fucking neck and twist them. Some serious WandaVision shit. Yeah. Because they were like watching the movie like if they were in their freaking backyards, man. Backyards in their freaking living rooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the person wouldn't shut up. It was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Like that. That's exactly what the person was saying.
That's why you take an air horn with you.
Shit.
Every time she starts talking.
No. Well, I was talking with my daughter who was next to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn around. I can't go throughout the whole movie with this person freaking nonstop yammering, right? So I turned around after half an hour. I'm like, excuse me, do you mind keeping it down? Like a
Right.
voice like that. And it was instantaneous, man. And then when I was in the car on the way back, I'm like, was they that? Did you guys hear me when I said it? Because in my head, I couldn't hear myself. Right. And my daughter and her my other daughter and her friend were like, oh yeah, we heard you. So
And
I'm
no one
like,
else started like yelling at them or anything?
apparently they told me that there's someone down the row of their same row that actually shushed them. So yeah. Yeah.
I don't shush. I'd have been like, shut the fuck up. I'd have been loud. I'd have been real loud about it.
Shut your a-hos, damn it.
Yeah.
I was like,
shut
no.
your fucking cake hole.
That's not me though. That's not
I
me.
know.
I can't do that. I'm kidding. Excuse me, children. Can you please bring it down a couple of decibels? Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Enjoy the movie. No,
you know
it's like
that. That's when my indigenous DNA comes out. Did you know it was indigenous part?
Oh my god. Yeah, which part?
Slap
what
a hoe.
percentage? Slap a hoe. Oh my god, that's good. I like that. I really fucking like that. I might use that. Chase says, damn, don't sound satisfied. It was good. It wasn't a masterpiece. It wasn't great. It was good. It was entertaining. Do I feel like I got cheated of my money? Absolutely not. It's just there were certain things with certain characters. I'm not going to stay because I know you haven't seen it yet. And there was just certain thing with certain characters that they could have done better with. So, yeah, pretty much.
I'm embarrassed to say, but I did not catch your show on Wednesday. I started it and I got pulled away. But I did watch the finale of Moon Knight. I dug it. I liked it.
Yeah, many people that don't know the character and it was their first introduction, it wasn't a bad series for that. It's the people that actually read the books and known about it that enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, yes. I had my gripes about it, but it's not a show I'm going to go back and watch. That's the thing with these shows that look at you getting all comic and shit related and movie related. This is good. I like it. That's the thing with those shows that Disney has brought out. They're not rewatchable.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah, and that's there's an obvious system to them. And I was going to talk to you about this before, but have you noticed that there will be a pivotal moment, right? And you'll have 3 or 4 minutes of build up to that moment. And I'm literally fast forwarding through that shit. There's too much side story. And then you'll have this pivotal moment and then more side story and then pivotal moment and then more. So you get set up for the thing every time the thing is about to happen. And then it becomes too memorable. And you're right. You can't watch it again. You're always going to remember what happens.
Exactly. What you just described there was pretty much the Mandalorian, right? The Mandalorian had so many side missions before the important thing happened, right?
Right.
And that's what. Yeah. Exactly.
The flashbacks and all that, right?
Yeah. Chase, it has to be better than Morbius. Oh fuck, man! Anything could be better than Morbius. Actually, I would rather rewatch another episode of WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier than go watch Morbius again because that was freaking terrible. Must be, yeah, absolutely. Jason D. Tucker says not as good as you thought. Nope. It's I just was astonished by those characters we got and how it went down. Basically, it was cool.
How bad was the wokeism?
Yes. There was a little bit MCU-ish in there. But I thought it was balanced. It wasn't that bad, but there was a part where, I have to say this, the men got whipped out before and the women lasted longer in a certain battle. And it's like, really, but hey, there was a whole part. The movie got banned in Saudi Arabia because American Chavez, a new character you're introduced into this movie, which is fine. Cool character. I liked it. I digged it. there's a scene where they show her with it's like a memory thing. She sees her two moms, and he's like, "Who's that?" Right? Dr. Strange asks her, "Who's that?" "Oh, that's my two moms." So
right.
She basically, they're lesbians, and then she's the daughter of them, right? No problem with that. But throughout like, she's wearing a pin, the all-inclusive pin. It's not even the gay pride. It's one of those flags. It's just like you can see where they're throwing the agenda, right? I have no problem. And my issue that it got kind of heated, not heated in the car, but my kids are from this generation, obviously, and they would go, "But Dad, there's nothing." It was very little. And I'm like, maybe because I was 3 rows up from the movie screen, for me it was pretty big, right? But it's just the constant thing that movies are doing. It does not feel sincere. You know what I mean?
Right.
It does not feel sincere. It feels like they're putting things out there in order to check a box and say, "Hey, we recognize you people out there, and come watch our movies," type thing, right?
Right. Well, in order for anything to be considered for any kind of an Oscar or anything like that, there are those boxes they have to check now.
Right. And how sincere
were you aware of that?
Yeah, but how sincere is that?
It's not.
Like, if you're making a movie and those are the characters, that you're developing, right? Then fine. I have no issue with that. But
have you ever seen that list?
No, I never haven't.
Yeah, there's a public list of boxes they have to check for it to be considered by, what do they call the Oscars? The people who give out the Oscars, the Academy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like it just gets to me, like, everything you're seeing, there has to be a gay person in there kissing or someone. Like, that's what happened with the Eternals, right? Have you gone to see the Eternals yet? Have you watched it yet?
Is that not the same Eternals that's on Disney?
On Disney Plus? Yeah, exactly. That Eternals,
I've seen it with Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
Yeah.
They took every single character from the books and completely changed them.
Really?
That's why that movie did so bad, because there was so much backlash by the fans about what they did. They made a black guy. Okay, we got a black guy. Okay, let's make him gay. So you see him kissing his boyfriend in the movie. Okay, we're gonna have a kid that's a girl that looks like a boy, who probably confused and still likes the guy. And it's like all these things. I'm telling you, it's true. Watch it. And when I went to the theater, right? You got me on a rant now. When we went to the theater. We went to the theater to watch it with my kids. My kids liked it, and I was like, it's just, it was a 3-hour movie, close to a 3-hour movie.
Right.
Okay. And it was long, and it got
3 hours.
It was cool, but there was way too much going on. There was way too many characters to introduce. There was way too much. Everything was a memory. Everything was like, what's that called? A flashback. Everything was a flashback in that movie. Right. And then when it came out on Disney Plus, I actually got it to sit down with Anna, my wife, and watch it. And literally after an hour watching the movie, she looked over to me. She goes, "What is this crap?"
Right.
And for her to say that, it's some serious stuff, right? But yeah, definitely. I Love Who says, "Not seeing it. I don't need more woke in my life. Been watching spoiler reviews anyways." I think, you're gonna end up seeing it whenever you comes out on streaming service. I get that. No Howard the Duck. No, there was no Howard the Duck in this one. Chase says, "Shush them." Yeah, pretty much. No, shush, please. No, I should have done that. Do you guys let your kids use your passwords for streaming on their phone? Yeah, obviously we do. I do. I don't. So why is that like a security thing I don't know about? Freedom of speech. I can speak where and when I like. Yeah, it's true. It's not a problem, and I have the freedom to say, "Fuck it, I don't want this shit anymore."
Right.
Same thing. Yeah. But if I do that, then I have to be like anti homosexual or anti-gay and all that, which I'm not. I'm absolutely 100%. I am not. It's just I'm tired of, because it's everywhere now, right? Like, sports teams have the different, the rainbow colored jerseys, the rainbow colored socks for Gay Pride Month or whatever, right? It's like,
because, and that's the thing, right? Being accused of being homophobic is now worse than being actually homophobic.
Oh yeah, because you can tarnish everything by doing that, man. It's crazy. Boza, what's up, man? What's up, yo? And I got Andrea Cruz in the house, not in a movie theater. You ain't speaking. So no, you talk in the theater, you're disrupting everyone else who paid a ticket. If you want to talk during a movie, stay home, watch and talk. Yeah, 100%. And I even got Tim's Talks in the house today. Hail at the Basco scenario at the Jason Lee Tucker statement. Reacting to scenarios out loud is not the same as talking to 100%. Because when you get into those moments that they're wow, obviously you're gonna say it. And there was two in this where the actual theater actually there was a lot of like shit that made people like react 100% in a good way, not necessarily in a bad way. And there was two wow moments when we see specific characters that were brought up in the movie, which was cool. Oh man, the chat's on fire today. You see that 36? Shit, the chat's on fire. We got 8 people watching today. We're good. This is good. I think we should start at 9 now. I hear there is not a lot of woke, or it's not that bad, but if someone puts why am I reading there when it's bigger over here? I don't know. I heard there's not a lot of woke, or it's not that bad, but if someone puts just a little bit of poop in your water, you are still going to drink it. It's not a lot, it's not that bad, it's still little. I get if it smells like shit and looks like shit, it's probably shit. Yeah, I get it. Hey Tim, reactions are one thing, but talking aloud or loudly and disturbing others, yeah, I'm the one person to say shut the fuck up. Yeah, I hear you. Exactly. Hell, I love food. They throw in the make those feel inclusive, not alone. Yeah, exactly. But that's where.
But does it work? Like, is there any polling or any data to suggest that works? You know what I mean? Like, how are they measuring whether or not it's? I just think they're not. They're not measuring it because they're not doing it for that. They're doing it so they don't get called the anti whatever.
Yeah, they don't want to be labeled because cancel culture, man, are small groups of people that have loud voices on platforms that get things done, and people get scared of those people. Jason Lee Tucker statement: wait till try make
trans Spider-Man.
All hell's going to break loose. Oh my god. Jesus, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. If that shit happens, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done. If they change Peter Parker to trans, I'm done. Done.
Right.
Done. I'm so done.
Yeah,
but the execution and the way they portray it is so forced, it doesn't feel exactly, right? That's the exact thing. If you're gonna do a story with person being gay or whatever, the writers have to make it natural, feel natural, and it all goes right back to the promoting of the movie, right? Because that's what we got with the Eternals. We got a lot of that,
and it's not just the woke stuff too, by the way. Like if a story like Boba Fett, that was a good example you used. I fast forwarded through a lot of that too because it's going off, like it's almost like they do it to the point that it's going way off subject, right? Like way outside the story. So you just fast forward through backflashes to where he was with the Sand People. That has nothing to do with the part I want to know about. You know what I mean? And those montages of him building his spear and all that other stuff, it just went on for so damn long, and they just kept doing it. So like that's I mean, that's the way I treat the wokeism shit. It's like, okay, I know you're doing this, so you're doing the thing again. Fast forward.
Yeah. And to a point, it's gonna get everybody synthesized with it. Synthesize or desensitized. Where they're just gonna see that and they're not whatever. Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like last I heard, like what was it? Trans people were like 0.4% of the population. They're trying to normalize something that is not normal, right? When something is that abnormal, I mean, why are you trying to normalize it?
Right.
And it's like, where, you know, you could make the argument that they're trying to bring awareness to it. Okay, we're all aware, right?
Jared Cruz says, I didn't see any woke bullshit in this film. Did there, well, besides the, I don't want to spoil it because I know there's people that haven't seen it yet. There was, but it was a little bit. And honestly, not to the point where it turned me off from the movie. So like my major issue with this movie was the characters we got and what happened to them, because it doesn't stand to the lure of the comics and who those characters are and what they're capable of. I thought that we were cheated from that, but the movie was a good movie. Good. Well, yeah. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. That's what I give it.
I had a conversation with somebody and they brought up a good point about where the wokeism in films started. And he felt like it started with the Ghostbusters, the all-female cast. And then the backlash that caused
huge backlash.
Yeah. And then people were like, oh, no, you're not accepting it? Well, we're going to make you accept it. You know, those, them, the people in charge of that stuff. And so then they just slowly started to trickle it into everything until now it's, you know, like you said, they're trying to normalize it.
Yeah.
But he attributed a lot of it to the backlash from the Ghostbusters movie.
100%.
Which I still haven't seen and probably never will.
What, the woman one? My kids watched it. I couldn't watch it. I think people are starting to be groomed. 100%. They are not even seeing the woke anymore. That's exactly it. That's exactly what I just said. Like 100%.
Well, yeah. And then you take that same generation, right? And then you start talking to them like if it happened before they were alive, it never really happened. Because a lot of them, that's the way they treat everything.
So what woke was, and like, if you really want to try and find it, if you're going there to look for it, you can find it. But I didn't go there looking for it. There was, the wokeness was, okay, Chavez's, you know, having there with her, that pin, right? Was it necessary of her to wear that? No. The story itself said it, you know, when she said the story itself, but fine. That's what she stands for. That's fine. It's whatever. That's nitpicking. The whole fact that the male superheroes that were presented, what happened to them, and then it was only the female superheroes that were able to withstand or uphold that battle. Seriously, issues with that. So yeah, that's the part that I have. If you want to kind of label it woke, you can. But like I said, it was a good movie. I love Food Password. My child wants to watch streaming on their phone, but I was thinking, what if their phones get stolen or hacked? Good point. But if they lose their phone, they should have a password on it, right? And it depends on the phone. If they lose your phone, you can block it or erase it. I know that's what I have with the iPhones with my family. So, hey, the lovely Sherry's in the house. Hello, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Chase says, if Edward Norton, Eric Bana's Hawk showed up, I'm gonna scream like a giddy girl. Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin for you, buddy. But yeah, exactly. That's what happened was for certain characters that did show up, people did get excited. I being one of them. Jared Cruz, the only thing that comes to mind is when Strange was trapped and Mike said something woke, but it's stretching it. Yeah. No, it wasn't that woke. It was, besides what I just said before, that's the only thing that I saw about it. Just like time, I'm going to wait till Disney Plus, seeing all the kills and appearances, and was not impressed. Yeah, I guess it's true. Oh, you already saw it, or you saw it through Ways of the Sea? Moon Knight was better. What? You're out of your fucking mind. Moon Knight was better than Multiverse of Madness. You're out of your mind. Oh my god, they cut Howard the Duck. So fucked. This guy, like, your chickens and your ducks, bro. Oh my god.
Howard the Duck was a great movie.
Oh my, I have it on DVD.
Best part with that little tiny condom.
Do you know? My kids were young. Anna had the movie. She put it on. My kids were watching it, and then they first started like the jokes, and she was like, stopped it, turned it off. She goes, "I did not remember the movie was about all this stuff." I'm like, yeah, it's not a kid-friendly movie at all. So yeah, crazy stuff, man. Yeah, oh Howard. Yeah. Just a little bit of shit. Good. I liked it. I enjoyed the movie. And I'm planning on seeing it again in the theater. So, is it rewatchable? Absolutely. And I'm planning to go see it on the IMAX. And hopefully there's not a lot of people, so I don't have to shush anyone. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely see it again. Yeah. Yep. So how was your day today, man? Sorry, you got me on a rant and I went all off solo there for you. Sorry,
not bad. They're they're gonna run together for the next 2 weeks, but yeah. I just sent you a thing, so you have that for one of the subjects for tonight.
Share. Jason, you said they make chicken, man. I'm sold. The chicken, man.
Right.
Andrea Cruz says a female characters in this film didn't make it woke. No, I'm not saying that. It's their, let's say their power levels did not make sense to what we know from comic book and lore. It just did not make sense. If others looking for something to claim as woke, yeah, I'm saying, like I'm saying minor gripes, but no, I couldn't say it was fully gone woke. Definitely not. Screw Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck was awesome. So, what are we gonna tackle on first?
What
do you want?
The Roe v. Wade thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm really planning to get this out there.
So I didn't know what the hell. Like today, my Twitter was like a bunch of they were on my feed today. Was a whole bunch of abortion stuff, fetal pictures of fetal like fetuses,
right,
and rags and stuff like that. And dude, it hit me. It bothered me so much. There's this girl, Nina Infinity, that wrote on Twitter, I don't need to see shit like this on my feed. And I wrote to her, neither do I, because I'm going to be personal here. My wife had to give birth to our dad's son at 5 months pregnant because there was no heartbeat. And when I saw that picture, man, it reminded me when I had him in my palm of my hands. Right. So all this Roe versus whatever, I didn't know what this shit was, right? Because it's an American thing, right? This Roe versus whatever, that's Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
And I started looking when you told me, oh, I'm going to talk about this. I'm like, wait, why does this sound familiar? Because then it clicked. Shit, that was on the Twitter feed, and that's what Nina was talking about. And so I made that made sense. Like I made the link between it. So go ahead, man, take it away. So you wanted to bring the article up, or what is it? Is that what
so what's going on in the United States right now is a memo was leaked, right? And that's what started all this, where this a Supreme Court justice, he had written a memo, and I guess this has been something that's been being discussed amongst the justices. And it was the constitutionality of legal abortion and whether or not it should be a federal thing. And his opinion was no, it should not be a federal thing because he did not feel in any interpretation of the Constitution that abortion is covered in the Constitution. Therefore, any regulation of it by the government, good or bad, right? Depending, I mean, you and I have differing opinions on this. We've talked about it, but whether good for you, bad for me, bad for you, good for me, it doesn't matter. Basically, any what do you call it, interjection by the federal government into this matter is a government overreach because it has nothing to do with the Constitution. So they feel this one justice felt it should be kicked back to the states. let the states decide how they want to handle it in their state. Now, this is a good thing. And it doesn't feel like it to a lot of people, and I get that. But it's a good thing because remember how I'm always saying the government never gives up power, right? They never do. This is them doing that. This is the United States government saying we've had the authority over this since the 60s. We shouldn't have. We're going to give it back to the states. And that's what it's about. And that clip, this girl in this TikTok that I sent you, she explains it, pretty much saying that, but explains it perfectly.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it up. Cue the video, sir. All right. I hope I put the audio on that. I think I did. Let me know in the chat if there's no audio.
I'm chiming in about the Roe v. Wade situation. I just want to say it's not about abortion. I don't really care about all the stupid arguments everyone's having about how this is terrible for women's rights or, yes, this is wonderful for the pro-life movement. I don't care because it's not about that. And like people who don't understand how our government works are using this as leverage for their position, but it's not about that either way. It's not about being pro-life or pro-choice. It is about the fact that our government requires the federal government to have limitations. And Roe v. Wade was not constitutional. It is not something that's covered in the Constitution. It is not something that our federal government should have a say in. It should just be left up to the states. By the way, I think many more things should be overturned because the federal government has overstepped its jurisdiction. I'm chiming.
Yeah. See. And
wow. So hold on a second. So in the States, I noticed, like we've spoke about it many times, that a lot of your states are so different from one another, right? For example, Texas, right, with the whole gun allowing to carry weapons and stuff like that, and other things. So yeah, that's just one example.
As of June, my state is adopting the exact same gun carry laws.
Okay. It gives the state a lot of power over government, right? And I know the United States has always been like that, where, you know, if the government, we don't like what the government says, we have the right to, you know, to stand firm and correct that, right? To fight back against the government.
Right.
I've been seeing, and correct me if I'm wrong, from what I'm reading and people I speak to, there's a huge backlash right now towards the federal government. The moment that they start overstepping on rules of what they want to impose on states throughout the country. We saw it with the COVID thing, right? A lot of states didn't give a fuck and they just remained open, and everybody, you know, and COVID cases went up or whatever, true or not true, whatever. But, you know, it's that was astounding, right? For a Canadian, for myself, saying, holy shit, right?
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I wish, oh my God, I wish that we had that kind of, you know, that kind of fuck this attitude, right? And we kind of got that. We got that with the Ottawa, with the trucker convoy in Ottawa, and we were labeled as freaking terrorists, right?
Right.
So I understand. I understand that, you know, every state should have the right to govern certain aspects of their government for that state.
Right.
But it's creating more autonomous states. It becomes more of an autonomous. How I say it. In Spain, they have that a lot, where the province is autonomous, so they don't have to pay federal taxes and stuff like that because they're governing them themselves.
Right.
So it's kind of like a mini little tiny country.
Well, and a lot of that, man, is the United States is massive, right? So, and it's, I mean, we talked about this. Canada's bigger with your 38 million people, but
our land mass is bigger, but not our population.
Right, but we have 10 times that in less land mass. So culturally, from one side of the United States to the other, we are so drastically different, right? So different. So that's why the state's control is so much more important, because the more localized you can bring something, the better you're serving the people. California's gun laws, they would never work here, right? They would never work here just in the hunting culture where I live, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee. The hunting culture couldn't survive with California's gun laws. And these smaller states, most of my state's money for wildlife management and habitat preservation comes from the purchase of hunting licenses, gun purchase, ammunition purchase, just from certain manufacturers. If I go to, I don't know, Walmart right now and buy a Mossy Oak brand something, then Mossy Oak has to, in order to sell their products in our state, part of their sales has to go to our state wildlife fund.
Okay.
So, but if we had California's gun laws, it would kill that here. So, that's a good example. So if you bring that back to abortion, and, and I think this is true in most states, our large cities are Democrat, but the state as a whole is more Republican, right?
Okay, I get you.
And so it's a cultural thing as well. But, and that's why kicking it back to the states, I think, is the better idea. You're going to better serve your population the more you can localize something. And actually, it was Hillary Clinton that proved that. She had a plan back in the 90s. She had came up with a plan for a form of low-income health insurance type thing. And in Indiana, we adopted it.
Right.
And it did really well. So well that most, like, single mothers, they were able to pay into this. It was called the Healthy Indiana Plan. They were able to pay, I think it was $36 a month. And they got the, very good healthcare coverage for mom and the kids. And there was actually a surplus, and no one had to pay that much. And it worked. But that's not going to work somewhere else. You know what I mean? So the more localized, I just believe the more localized you make something, the more it better serves the people, because you can curtail it to what you need.
Yeah,
instead of a one size fits all. But this being a step towards government, stopping government overreach, is a huge step. I mean, if this goes that way and it kicks off the trend, that Republicans are hoping for, then I think you're going to see a lot of that. So, and honestly, this is what's going to lead to, well, it's like marijuana, right? Some states it's legal, some states it's not. But by the federal government letting the states decide, more and more states are legalizing it.
Yeah, because they're making money out of it now. That's why.
Exactly.
So basically, what are they saying? That they want to prevent abortion? Is that what they want to do federally, like across the country? What is it? Or freedom of choice?
Just let the state decide.
Oh, okay, just the states. It's
right.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think maybe.
Again, so there might be some states are going to say it's illegal for an abortion. Are there any states right now that it's illegal to have an abortion?
Yeah, several. But they all have the stipulation in there for rape, incest, health of the mother. The only one that,
so you're saying, if
I don't
know person,
one that don't.
You're saying if a teenager accidentally gets pregnant and wants to get rid of it, and in those states it wouldn't be allowed.
Not unless she got pregnant by her dad or she was attacked.
Okay, I get you.
Or it's threatening her health. Okay. Now, it's never. I don't think it's. I don't want to say never, but I remember a time when it wasn't legal here, but I had heard of a 12-year-old girl who did get pregnant, and she was way too small to carry an infant, and that abortion was approved by
the medical.
Right.
Yeah, I read an article where that doctors can actually sign off on it, and then they can have it. Let me get to these chats about this. Those liberals are just going to keep crying either way. Now, yes, it shouldn't be left up to the federal government for the RVW and abortions as well. Yeah, I'm not having an issue with that.
And, this is a basic difference, too. I'm sorry to cut in on what she's saying, but this is a basic difference between Republicans and Democrats. you'll hear a lot that what have Republicans ever done for anybody? They haven't. Why would they? They don't want the government in your life, right? That's a founding principle of the Republican Party, that the government should be there to enrich your life only. Shouldn't be there to tell you what to do, how to live, what you can and can't do and all that. Now, not that they don't do that.
Trudeau,
but
Chase says an amendment is a formal or official change made to a law, contract, constitution, or other legal document. Laws that were written for a bygone era should be reviewed to reflect today's society. Yes, definitely things should be reviewed.
But in our Constitution, in our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, it's only called an amendment. Like people will say it's called an amendment, it can be changed. No, it's called an amendment because it was already changed. It was already changed from the original document.
So you have to have an amendment for the amendment. Yeah.
Right. When the states got a hold of the first federal Bill of Rights, the states got a hold or had a say in it and said, no, we want this. And there was a general consensus, so they amended it. And then it becomes the First Amendment, the Third Amendment,
Yeah. All right. Andrea comes in. For reals, Jason, on the comment that Jason said, Texas is a better run than the whole United States. How do you feel about that? That comment? That Texas is better run than the whole USA?
I think a lot of people, like Indiana is not much different than Texas. I don't think we're different at all, actually. Florida, not that much different than Texas. So better ran? Nah, I don't think so, but well ran, definitely.
Okay. Thank you for that. Only Joe makes George W. Bush look like a Class A comedian, though.
Yeah, but it's getting to the point with Joe, man. I don't think, we've laughed about it, right?
Fucking hey, we laughed about it. That was a good, he's giving good fucking material to laugh about.
But everything I'm seeing, dude, it's at the point now where I feel sorry for him. That old man does not know what the hell is going on. And those people keep putting him out in front of everybody and letting him make an ass of himself. He should not be there.
That's what I'm shocked too, that they're letting him be out there.
I wouldn't laugh at my grandfather if he was up there with Alzheimer's trying to give a speech that the whole world's listening to. You know what I mean? So I don't find it funny anymore. I find it sad.
I love food says it's in our name, United States, the Union of Independent States, like the European Union. Yeah, okay.
And it's true. I mean, did you know this? We have trade agreements between states, like countries do.
Yeah, we have that here too.
Yeah, do you? Between provinces?
Yeah, between provinces, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, each state has its own government that pretty much mirrors the federal government.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, the only thing here, like for the Quebec, right, because of their language, they multiple times during the history, they've been trying to, break apart and become an independent country of Canada because they say that, they don't want to identify themselves as part of Canada because of history. But they keep forgetting that, they got their asses whooped by the British, and the British said, you know what, instead of killing you and shipping you off to whatever, we'll let you keep your churches in your land.
Right. Yeah, but see now, not to get too far off subject with the abortion thing, the last thing I wanted to point out to people was that politicians are going to politicize everything. And the Democrats are making a gigantic deal out of this. It's just a memo. Nothing's gone to trial or court. I mean, nobody's deciding anything. It was just a memo. And they're trying to scare their base, right?
Hey, I can tell you, man, memos, sometimes they bring out the freakiest shit out of people. Believe me. Oh, yeah. Then the fucking rumor mill starting up. Oh, my God. What do you mean by
exactly.
that?
And that's what's going on right now. It's the fucking rumor mill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. It's pretty much like I'm going to be bringing back people from the dead. Yeah. California is a bigger communist Cuba. California is a bigger communist than Cuba.
Is a bigger communist Cuba. Oh, yeah. Okay. He's saying it's Cuba, just bigger.
Yeah. Wow, we have Fidel Castro's son governing our country right now, so yeah.
So
Fidel Trudeau. Yeah. LOL. Yeah. The last time a few states tried to break from the union here in the U.S., it didn't go well. Yeah, and apparently Texas was one of them, wasn't it? Wasn't there a group of militants in Texas that wanted to create their own country, and they kind of disappeared? Yeah. Not free to
and
leave.
See, that's the thing is, somebody said it to me the other day. They said something about, slavery was a right at one time, and I said that if they can take it away, it's not a right. And they said, they said that about abortion, and I said, if the government can take it away, then it's not a right. And then they said, would you say that about slavery? And I said, yeah, slavery got taken away, didn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's a good point. Man, it's like heated stuff today. So would a woman be able to go to a different state to perform an abortion and then go back to her home state? I guess they would have to pay for it. And
it would.
And there's no law against that.
Right. It would depend on the state that she goes to. But I think, like Illinois, she can be, if she's, I think, right next door to me. So the state line's about an hour 20 away. A 16-year-old can go over there and get an abortion without a parent's consent.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
She can also go there and transition if she wants to, without a parent's consent.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Yeah.
But
pretty much. Yeah. And Chase comes in. Typos like whip it and the memo are golden. Shut up.
Typos. He was just telling me about that right before the stream.
Shut up. Fucking guy.
That guy.
I was referring to the Civil War. Yeah. Oh, you're referring to the Civil War? Yeah. And you know what? Another one can happen because you're all armed to the teeth. So, yeah. And it's your constitutional right.
But you know what's funny is we're not all, I mean, that's like I know that's a popular stereotype for Americans, but we're not all armed to the teeth. I know more people that don't own guns than do.
But it's like, as my kids got older and you know, I was just having this conversation not too long ago. We're like, my wife and I are thinking about maybe moving elsewhere, right? Being very adventurous and actually moving elsewhere, like moving either further west of Canada.
Yeah, like Michigan.
Or that's like Southwest, but yeah, okay. And or maybe even, you know, who knows, moving to the United States. And then I started thinking about things like shit, you know, like things I would do here in Canada. Like you see something weird happening at a neighbor's house and they might need help, and you just, you know, walk over to their window and look and see if everything's okay. You can't do that shit in the States because you might get fucking killed. You know, the chances of that happening here are very seldom, you know. But over in the States, it's like, holy shit, you walk into someone's land, and you poke at their head, like out their window. Fuck, man, that might be your last day of being a good citizen.
It could be. You take that risk, but I can tell you right now, I'm 46 years old, and I've never seen anyone get shot. Never. Not unless they did it to themselves.
But you know what? I have.
Right.
I have seen someone get shot right across the street from my house. I was on the
balcony. You know, and that's culturally. Now you could take you could probably pick a random 9-year-old off the, you know, playground in Chicago and ask him if he's seen somebody get shot, and he's going to say yeah. But me being 46 and where I live, just an hour away, culturally, just that hour and a half drive, it's so much different.
So basically, where you live is like the fresh air fund.
I don't know about all that, but where I live is everybody just assumes everyone else has a gun and you don't try nobody.
I gotcha.
A well-armed society is a polite society.
Oh, LOL, wasn't sure. Okay. Trans Spider-Man coming to Disney Plus. Jason, man, stop it, dude.
That's Disney.
I'm telling you, Jason, if that shit happens, I am done. I am done. The transgender Spider-Man pulls spider out of his ass.
What would his pronouns be?
I identify as a spider.
Right.
I don't know, man.
My pronouns are Iraq and Nid.
Shut up.
That's stupid.
That was like a dad joke right there.
It was a total dad joke.
If the medical technology was advanced enough, I'd transition and start an Instagram and OnlyFans, make $35K a month. Yeah, that's actually a thing though. That's scary, man. You know what? As a father of girls, that's one of my fears.
What's that?
To become like some kind of OnlyFans, like, crazy.
Oh, freaking, I know.
Oh my god. Oh. But the fear part is like you ended up going on that, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god.
And that's the thing too, man. My daughter makes TikTok, so every time some brunette pops up on the screen and her back is to the camera, scroll. It could be scroll. I ain't even waiting to scroll.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Andrea Cruz comes in. All a civil war would do in USA would make it easier for China to take over economically and industrial and put in place their politics into the country. China's already in pretty much control. Your phones, your TVs, the chips in your automobiles, that is all manufactured over there. Just look at the labels of the majority of things that you buy. It's all made in freaking China.
Right.
And you know what?
Yeah. Go ahead. As a matter of national security, Trump wanted to undo that. Yeah. That was his main thing, was we're too dependent on the Middle East for oil, and we are too dependent on China for electronics and other things. And there was another country too, Brazil.
Wasn't it Canada too for like certain things as well? Lumber, what is it?
Yeah. There was lumber and aluminum. Yeah. For Canada, and then Brazil, it was lithium and semi-precious metals.
Yeah.
And he wanted to change all that.
Yeah. Jason Lee, by time that happens, people won't even blink an eye. The grooming is real. I carry every day. Hey man, it's your right. I carry every day too, between my legs. No, I'm kidding. Jared Cruz, thank you. I love that quote. LL. An armed society is a polite society. Yeah. Don't let them go to Dubai. Scroll. LL. He loved your scroll thing. See, man. Tarot Destroyer, thank you and welcome. To achieve world government, it is necessary to remove from the minds of men their individualism, loyalty to family traditions, national patriotism, and religious dogmas. Brock Adams, UN. Yeah, completely erase what is. We are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept the new world order. David.
Now that's interesting, because I heard somebody talking about that, and they were saying pretty much the same thing. They were talking about how we don't need the right major crisis if they have enough wrong major crisis at the same time. So if you have Russia, you have the pandemic they were trying to get fired back up. Now this Roe v. Wade thing, and now global food shortages, global inflation, and they were adding all these things up, and it's all in an effort to put us on a world central banking system, like what Russia refuses to do. Right. And so blockchain and crypto is what they're trying to put us all on. And it sounds like conspiracy theory shit. But if that fucking happens, then you're going to have power over the entire world to go into the hands of 5 banks. Those 5 banks already run the United States. Right. The Federal Reserve is not subject. It's not subject fully to oversight by the United States government. It's not a government office. It's not a government entity. Right. And a lot of people, don't realize that. But it was interesting you said that, because I just read something about that.
Cool. Jared Cruz says, I get that, Basco. What I'm saying is that civil war will make things easier for China to smoothly run. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I agree with that point. What you were trying to say, I agree with you. Yeah. Jason, sounds like a plot in a Call of Duty campaign. God damn it. On hardcore mode, man. On hardcore mode. Don't forget about Johnny Depp and Amber. It's true. Fuck. I completely.
Oh, did you hear?
Talk about that. About what? That she's a fucking idiot on the stand?
Yeah, other than that, one, she's acting like she's crying and looking at the cameraman who's timing the pictures.
Dude, doesn't it look like she's sniffing coke?
Well, that too, but at that moment, she looks at him and looks down, and he takes the picture. And then she does that 2 or 3 more times. It's like she's looking at him to give him the cue. Then she looks away, and he takes the picture. She's got her own photographer in there, number one. And number two, some assistant of hers has come forward and given an interview. I tried so damn hard to find it again before this, but I ran out of time. This assistant of hers has come forward and done an interview, and she's saying that in court, the description she gave of an assault by Johnny Depp is the exact story her assistant told her that had happened to her 2 or 3 years before that.
What?
Yeah.
What the? Oh, that's fucked up. I haven't really been following it. I'm just catching it here and there. But yeah, I saw that part when you were talking about the photographer, and all of a sudden I see her with the handkerchief or the Kleenex or whatever, and the way she twists her hand and then sniffs up is like she was taking a bump. Like, is she fucking sniffing coke? Oh my god! Yeah. The Tarot Destroyer comes in with it is the sacred principles enshrined.
Tarot cards?
Tarot Destroyer, yeah. It is a sacred principle enshrined in the UN Charter to which we will henceforth pledge our allegiance. George Bush addressing the foreign leaders at the UN. Those are interesting quotes you're coming out with here. Andrea comes in. Chases, we are in a crisis, and we are almost going into the normalization phase. Canada is definitely doing that. I can tell you that is what it's coming to in this country, because it's some crazy shit. And I'm going to jump onto my article after I've done with these next 3 chats, because it has to do with Trudeau actually being charged with fraud. So really? Yeah. And it's something that happened in 2016 when he took a trip that through a person that was under investigation for some shady shit, and he went to this person's private island and with his family and shit. And I'm gonna pull it. The whole thing that happened in the House of Commons was really interesting. Chase comes in after that. Yes, it's scary. And Andrea Cruz and Tarot Destroyer comes in 1890. Let me read this. In 1898, to pay for the Spanish-American War, a temporary tax of 3% was put on long-distance phone bills. The tax ended in 2005. In 107 years, it generated 94 billion, 230 times the cost of the war. Damn. Ching ching. That's all I have to say. Yeah. Wars are made for distractions and to reboost certain economies.
War's good for business.
Yeah. Andrea Cruz says she's acting on the crying, then she stops crying to be more serious and starts the process all over again. Yeah. Even Joe Biden is a better actor than Amber Turd.
Yeah. Did you see his performance where he's talking to that mic stand? That was great. That was the last time I laughed at him. That one still makes me smile.
Me is the turning around and freaking shaking the invisible hand. That was fucking priceless. That was freaking priceless.
That makes me sad. Like
it is sad. It is sad because you're seeing it so often, and you're like you said before, like how can they let him go up there and make a fool out of himself?
Right.
Like fuck.
And then he made a joke out of it in one of his lucid moments. He makes a joke and he goes, "Well, have you heard about this guy Brandon? He's having a heck of a year, because the Let's Go Brandon thing."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's insane, man. So I'm gonna play the clip of the House of Commons. Right, they're calling Trudeau out because they want him to answer the question, because basically the only way he can get out of being, like saying that it was fine what he did is by basically him as prime minister writing a permission slip to himself, allowing him to go on this trip to make it legal. Right. So they're asking him the question in the House of Commons. So just
Hogwarts.
take a look. Yeah, Hogwarts, exactly. Hogwarts, fucking yeah, it kind of does look like Hogwarts.
They should have to hold wands when they're in there. That'd be great.
Yeah, you see the staff right here in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what they usually hold when they walk in. All right. So this is the opposition.
With all the guests here, let's hope we get some answers in question period. Fraud, Mr. Speaker, fraud on the government. That's the charge the RCMP considered laying against the Prime Minister for taking an exotic holiday as a free gift in 2016. Recent documents show the RCMP knew he committed the illegal act, but they also knew there was a loophole that he could have used. As silly as it might sound, the Prime Minister could have written himself a note, given himself permission to take the holiday. So my question is this: did the Prime Minister give himself permission to take that free holiday in 2016?
Now, this is, you love this guy, Ryan. I know you like when he talks.
No, Mr. Speaker. This matter was settled years ago when the Ethics Commissioner released the report. While the Conservatives continue to focus on petty politics and on me, we're going to continue to focus on Canadians, on investing in housing across the country, in $10 a day childcare for families, in continuing to lead on world-class investment.
Okay, I want you guys to notice something. This is the Liberal Party. He's allowed to take off his mask because he's speaking right now. But notice that everybody on the Liberal side is wearing a goddamn mask.
It's the same here, man.
Okay, right.
Now, wait, back it up 3 frames and I'll show you why this dick with ears should be holding the wand. Watch his hand when he does. Look at his hand right now. He should be holding the fucking wand, right? He's casting spells. If I had
good video editing things, I would probably put it.
Yeah, right.
Continuing to lead.
Look at him. How about a cadabra?
Fighting climate change. That is what Canadians expect of us. That is what we continue to do.
Canadians expect the fucking truth, dude.
Well,
Listen to
Mr.
this.
Speaker, there is no statute of limitations on fraud charges, and the Prime Minister is not above the law.
Facts.
The criminal code is clear. The only way the Prime Minister is not guilty of fraud is if the Prime Minister gave himself consent to break the law. That is in the criminal code. This is a clear and a straightforward question. I would like a yes or a no answer. Did the Prime Minister give himself permission to get away with committing a criminal fraud offense?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
No, Mr. Speaker. The RCMP looked into this matter, and no political interference.
It's funny how
was
you
around
read
it.
everything that's
they
written
came
out.
to their own conclusion. There was nothing to pursue. Further, those findings were independently verified by 2 separate third parties. Despite what
2 separate third parties that his government picked
Right.
to do the investigation.
the Conservative Party appears to be attempting,
which is the same thing he's doing now, looking into the whole trucker convoy thing to see if everything to make sure he did not abuse his power for the Emergencies Act. The same thing. He chose that judge and the third party that's doing that investigation.
Politicians do not interfere with the operations of the police in this country. This matter was thoroughly reviewed and closed years ago.
Mr. Speaker, new documents revealed that the RCMP knew that the Prime Minister took the holiday, that it was illegal, that he did it, and the RCMP knew it. There was no question of that. The only question the RCMP had, according to their own documents, was whether he gave himself permission to do that. The Prime Minister just said he didn't. Is he willing to meet with the RCMP now, give them that information, and they can proceed as they see fit? Yes or no?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
The RCMP addressed the matters raised by the Conservatives years ago. The members opposite know very well this is the case, but the Conservative Party seems to have difficulty understanding that in a strong democratic country, neither opposition politicians nor government can tell the police what to investigate or not to investigate.
You hearing this?
Do their job.
Right.
Why doesn't the Conservative Party
Right after
the RCMP?
He basically did everything he says they're not allowed to do during the whole freaking.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's double talk is ridiculous. The RCMP thought about laying criminal charges, but it didn't do it because the federal leader decided that he had the right to give himself a gift of $200,000. He said it just a few minutes ago. He said that this dates back, and he himself has never hesitated to denounce things that have happened far before that. Doesn't he know that it's never too late to report a crime? The Right Honorable Prime Minister.
They fucking so basically Speaker, look at him. Oh, he's lucky.
This issue was settled a number of years ago, French now. But obviously we recognize the independence and the important work done by the RCMP in this country, and the Conservatives don't understand that in their desire to launch personal attacks. They need to understand that the work was done at all levels, and this is an issue that has been closed.
But it isn't, because the documents are now public, and we can see that this shit doesn't make sense.
The Prime Minister will never come back to stories that happened a number of years ago, because that's what he's trying to tell us. And yet the Prime Minister himself recognized a few minutes ago that he did not give himself permission to receive a gift of over $200,000 for a private vacation for himself and his family. Mr. Speaker, the RCMP considered laying fraud charges against the Prime Minister, but it didn't do that for that very reason. Mr. Speaker, why does the Prime Minister not
you're right, they should have ones
and meet with the RCMP to explain himself? The Right Honorable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, the RCMP,
Mr. Speaker, I'm a dick.
A number of years ago, and the Conservative Party is simply seeking to talk about this issue to distract from the fact that we have presented a budget that delivers housing for Canadians.
This motherfucker was distracted with all his bullshit.
Delivers $10
I'm distracted by the lady in green blinking.
And that is protecting us from a climate crisis. And all the Conservatives are trying to do is to play petty politics, make partisan attacks, and try and distract Canadians from the fact that
she knows he's lying.
Has no answer for the issues that are concerning Canadians.
She doesn't agree with him. That's why she's blinking so much.
So I watched that and I'm like, how much full of crap can you be in? Right
after what he just did. And why would nobody point that out? That would have been the first thing I would have done.
Exactly. It's like unbelievable how pompous he is and the overreach that he's doing, and people are allowing it. Like there's no, like, yeah, we had a biker protest in Ottawa last weekend, right? But it's insane how everyone's taking everything for what he says, when it comes to the whole mandates and stuff like that. Like today, for example, my father had to come to my house because, he doesn't have a smartphone. He doesn't like technology, and he's going to the States, and he still has that mandate. And look how stupid this is. Right. So you have to, when we go to the United States by land or sea or whatever, we have no problems. But when we come back, we have to do an application and answer these stupid questions, right? And then in that thing, we have to put our passport, we have to put our proof of vaccination, and then send that off. But it's only valid for 3 days when I do that for him. So if he stays there longer, he has to do it himself, but he doesn't have these tools to do it himself. Right. And if he doesn't do it, the Canadian at the border, even if he's a Canadian citizen, they have the right to deny him deny him entry. And that's fucking insane. Excuse me. Yeah, so my father's like, these fuckers are just making things. My father goes, you know what they're doing? And he goes, I'll tell you what they're doing. They're making it harder for us to actually leave the country, because my dad lives 10 minutes from the American border. So what he does the following. He goes to the States and he does his groceries there sometimes, right? He goes there to buy milk, a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk in the United States costs about $2.25. I'm talking about right across in New York State where he goes. Over here, the equivalent of a gallon of milk cost us close to $8.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
we are in a province that is a large dairy producer.
Right.
But it's just ridiculous how much we pay. It's insane. So believe me, my father and his girlfriend, they're too. For him, it's worth going across the border, buying a gallon of milk, filling up his gas tank, because believe it or not, it's still cheaper in the United States than it is in Canada. Because right now, we're at $2 a liter. 2 times 4, 8. It cost us $8 a gallon.
Wow.
Here right now. Yeah, we're at $8 right now. It's the highest that it's ever been.
So your milk and your gas cost the same.
Exactly. 100%. It's just insane, man. It's just insane. Let me get to these chats because I missed a few. Where did we start? Where did I leave off? She's acting. Okay, that was that. And your staff. I love when Kamala Harris goes on and makes her a fool of herself doing speeches yeah, I'm ashamed of Kamala Harris because she lived in Montreal. She actually went to an English high school where I played against and stuff like that. And yeah, you would think that, something would have rubbed off, but nothing rubbed off. I swear Trudeau looks like a pretty boy version of Hitler from Magic Mike. Yeah, they choose from a list that was given by the other party to have fair investigation. Yeah. All I'm thinking is, who is the woman in green? Right? She had crazy hair. She had crazy curls. Crazy curls. She-Hulk,
the mask,
maybe.
Man. It's the mask. Remember, the danger of that mask. They're worse than
they
strobe lights in a club. The mask makes everybody 70% more attractive. Don't get tricked.
Oh my God, pulled off the mask, see all these buck-tooth chainsaw. My God.
Yep.
Oh like man.
Looking like she could eat corn on the cob through a picket fence. You know what I'm saying? Even her teeth are socially distanced. Oh
my God, you're on fire.
You know what I'm
saying? Laughing my ass off. I was thinking the exact same thing. I love food. LOL. One of the best things about having the masks make a lot of people better looking. Yep, that's exactly it. Andrea comes in. He almost said few years ago when he meant to say a few seconds ago. Yeah, but it's unbelievable because he's fucking guilty. That's why, if you ask me, I like to have the guillotine back for criminal politicians. I'm sure there's other people that think like you do as well, man. That was just insane, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Right. Just crazy. You know what's crazy? Our hearts. Yeah, go ahead.
It's been an hour and 12 minutes already.
Absolutely. It's man, the chat's been on fire, man. I thank you everybody that tuned in today, man. That was awesome. It was awesome. Love the turnout. Love the interaction. It's awesome. It's great. Yeah, Andrea, Chase, and the who was that? The Tarot Destroyer.
Is that tarot, like tarot cards?
Tarot Destroyer? Yeah, well, it depends how you say. Tomato.
Okay.
Tarot.
Yeah, we've been through this Canadian. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't speak it.
Yeah. Don't speak Canadian.
No, speak Canadian. Bacon. No. That's about it.
Jason Lee.
And that's just ham.
Food. Wrapped around meat. Taters. Oh my God. Andrea, Jason Lee. I love food. Who else getting lovely? Sherry stopped in. Chase, Tim talks, Mari from the beginning, Bossall as well. Man, look at this. I'm like scrolling. That's fucking awesome, man. What a great interaction today. I love it. Thank you so much. Fine people. Next week I'm taking a break for obvious reasons that I mentioned earlier on the show. But yeah, we will be back the following week. I might do some streams, so I say no because depending what may happen. But if my wife gets fed up with me, she's probably gonna tell me just go to a YouTube show and leave me the fuck alone. But yeah, it's really really fun today, man. I really appreciate 36. Thank you, man. You know, you crack me up. You crack the people up. You're part of this. This is beautiful. It's great. It's great. American made, Canadian made. Oh, delicious.
I'm just a hairy-chested American winning machine.
Yeah, sure. I would say trim that shit down, buddy. Like Andrea says,
appropriate amount.
It's appropriate, like
appropriate amount.
So you self-groom, yeah, like you.
Yeah, well, I'm not wearing a sweater over here or anything.
Oh no. No. Okay. Like the stream, y'all. Yeah, please hit that bell. Please like the stream. Please make comments. It helps the algorithm. I don't know how, but it just does. Anyways, I don't know jack shit about YouTube. Mara says, good show, guys. Good topic. Well, thank you. We try to make it interesting. Blue-eyed white dragon. Blue-eyed white. What? Blue-eyed white. Okay, stay off the crystal, man. I don't know what smoking. Yeah, blue-eyed dragon. Blue-eyed white dragon. It's like cryptid BEWD. I don't know. I'm trying to break down the first letters of the words.
That's my new nickname. The blue-eyed white dragon. Got it. How'd you know I had blue eyes?
Dude, we've seen you. Remember?
Oh, Facebook? Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Ryan. I see you, blue-eyed white dragon. El dragón blanco de ojos azules. Oh, that sounds like pretty like esta noche en Telemundo. That's your new nickname.
Baseball.
Google it. All right. Now he wants me to Google this shit. All right. I'm Googling this shit.
It's coming from him. You better Google it, but don't put it up there until you screen it.
Blue eye.
It might be like code for the blue waffle.
Blue eyes. Again, what the fuck? Oh, it's an actual card. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Really?
Huh.
Okay. Face palm. I have blue eyes like the sea. Ooh. And I'm watching you now through your webcam. Oh, him. Well, you wouldn't be able to see my webcam. I have the shield on it. Yeah, LDG did some freaky shit once. Like I had the camera up. We had a guy, a Canadian okay, I think quick story. So this guy, Canadian Spider-Man, he was a YouTuber. He was streaming. He was in his backyard in the middle of the winter, and he was drinking, and he passed out, and he kept recording throughout the whole night. Right. And the thing is, it was dark, so you didn't actually see him move. So in the morning, when I woke up on the weekend, I saw these YouTubers were talking about it. So I went and I checked, and I was like, okay, shit. And through work, I was able to find, the emergency number for the RCMP over there, but they're posted like an hour out. And then I'm like, okay, let me Google this shit. Does anybody know their address? Another YouTuber know their address. And we all collaborated, and I got the information, and I called the convenience store that's down his street, who know him, right? Because it's a small town. Right. And they actually went up there to check up on him. And it turned out, thank God, that he actually crawled into his house, right? And was sleeping at home. But people thought that he passed out in the middle of the night, because he woke up at one point and was yelling and screaming and howling and stuff because he was really drunk, but also because it was really cold, right?
Right.
So we thought like he maybe freaking froze to death. But that was just crazy, and I forgot what the hell the whole point of this story was. Fuck. More of the story is
I don't know. We went from blue-eyed white dragon to
don't drink in the fucking winter outside in Canada. Yeah. Fucking freeze. I have no idea. I completely lost the whole point of that fucking story. But anyway, yeah. Oh my God.
Senior moment.
Oh my God, dude. I'm getting old. Shit's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it ain't so funny when Biden does it now, is it?
Fucker. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, guys, man. So thank you very much, everybody. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you share this out. For those watching on the replay, catch you all laters. And yeah, If you haven't seen Multiverse of Madness, go check it out and be your own judge of the movie. We out. Peace and love.